Palestinians in the West Bank, as well as those living in Israel, have gathered to protest against Israeli settlement expansion. They're marking Land Day, which commemorates the seizure of a large slice of Arab territories by Israel almost 3 decades ago, which resulted in deadly unrest. Irina Galushko reports now from a border checkpoint where tensions are running high today. Irina, the Israeli occupation has been a source of anger among Palestinians for decades now. What have you seen today? What's been the reaction to Land Day?
Well, I can tell you that the tension actually is running high. It seemed for a while like it has been subsiding here at the Land Day checkpoint between Ramallah and East Jerusalem. But now, even though the Israeli military has pushed back slightly towards the checkpoint, the demonstrators nevertheless are continuing their advancement on them. They have begun burning tires just very recently. Earlier, there has been an exchange between the protesters and the border police when the protesters are throwing rocks at the Israeli forces, and the Israeli forces were responding with stun grenades and tear gas. It kind of comes and goes in waves, but of course the Palestinians are showing no signs of giving up at all. This actually the Land Day demonstrations have been a tradition since 1976 when they occurred for the first time, and 6 Palestinians were killed in a confrontation with the Israeli police and Israeli armed forces, and it has been happening every year as it is happening today. Last year the protests were extremely violent, and they usually turn more violent in Gaza, where the Israeli police and military forces are generally using live ammunition. We know that at least one person has been wounded with live ammo earlier today in the Gaza Strip. As for what's happening in the West Bank, where of course protests are being held by the Palestinians all over the place, there has been an exchange, like I said, stun grenades and tear gas. We have asked the Israeli forces whether they have used rubber bullets. They have said no, but Palestinian media is reporting that there have been at least 2 wounds from the use of rubber bullet by the Israeli forces. And of course, the Palestinians are protesting against the Palestinians are protesting against the Israeli occupation of land, especially against the Israeli settlements, which not only do not subside, but they actually are growing, especially over the past decade, and especially under the government of Benjamin Netanyahu. That makes Palestinians extremely angry, and this is a day for Palestinians, not just in the West Bank and not in the Palestinian territories, to express their anger and
Irina,
protest all over the world, essentially.
Irina, we just heard a loud bang where you were. Yeah. Almost you jerked. What's happening around you right now? We've seen people running, we've seen fires in the back. Just describe what's going on around you right now.
Well, I can tell you that bang was actually a stun grenade. I'm sorry, it's not particularly dangerous. It just kind of really literally stuns you. And now we can see that the tear gas vehicle that has pulled up. Maybe we can turn around and you can see what's happening actually as we talk. So we see the vehicles which have the tear gas dispersal units on them. They're trying to edge the protesters out as we speak. The protesters are lined up on the street on the hill right above there, and see they're using these special I don't know even what to call them. They're gadgets with which they throw stones, which fly quite far, I have to say. So now we see that the Border Patrol is regaining on where they were just about an hour ago, and the protests obviously are not going to subside because these people, and I have to say majority of them are very young, from even kids as young as 10 to rather full-grown men to about 30. They're not showing any signs of giving up, so they will continue their protest for the rest of the day, it looks like. And of course the border police aren't going anywhere. So yes, and that was actually I think that was a rubber bullet, as a matter of fact.
Irina, let's just come back to you.
Those are rubber bullets that are being using.
Irina, let's just come back to you. We know that it's you're in a very sensitive area where you are right now. So we'll get an update with you later on. Do take care of yourself. We'll speak to you a little bit later. Irina Galushko on the border there of Israel-Palestine.